Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing our product review for the Ninja Foodi NeverStick Stainless Cookware. So you ready? Let's get into this. Just a quick note, our reviews are based on the things that I think are important. That might be a little bit different for you, so what I recommend doing is after watching our video, you watch a couple of other videos from different YouTube content creators. That way you'll get a wider range of opinions and concerns, and that should help you make a much more informed buying decision. And that is the most important thing of all. In this set you get 10 total pieces. You get 6 pans like this, and you get 4 glass lids, kind of like this. In the set you get an 8-inch fry pan, a 10¼ inch fry pan, a 3-quart saute pan, a 6-quart stock pot, a 1.5-quart saucepan, and a 2.5-quart saucepan. All the lids and pans are based on the same construction and have the same features. So to save you a little bit of time, we're going to do all of our show and tell with the 1.5-quart saucepan and the lid for that. All the lids are glass and they're rimmed with polished stainless steel. The handles are cast stainless and they have the Ninja logo stamped right into them. Looks pretty nice. Keep in mind this is glass, so if you drop it, you do run the risk of breaking these, so be careful. One other thing about these lids is that there's no ventilation holes. So if you build up any pressure in your pot, there's not going to be any way for that to escape except to kind of chatter the lid a little bit. That's a little bit annoying, but you know, it is what it is. And I've seen plenty of lids that don't have ventilation in them, including most stainless steel lids. I used to be partial to stainless steel lids because I like the durability and the look of them. But I'll tell you what, after using glass lids, it is kind of nice to be able to see the food you're cooking without having to take the lid off. The handle's held on with 2 rivets. You can see right there. All the lids are made the same way. Seems pretty secure, but again, these are brand new. Time will tell. Good thing we got a 10-year warranty. On the pans, the handles use that same cast stainless steel design. This stays very cool to the touch unless the thing is going into the oven or something. In which case, yeah, it'll get hot. Better use an oven mitt. Right here's the hole for hanging these, but you'll notice that these are pretty thick. What that means is if you're hanging your pans, depending on the hooks that you use, these may or may not fit really well. You see how this kind of sits at an angle like that? That's how the pans are going to sit because they can't really sit straight because the curvature of the hook keeps them from really sitting straight. Also, the fact that these are so wide makes it a little bit harder for you to get this off. You actually have to twist this pan way up and slide it off to get it off of these hooks. So if you got these hung up pretty high, it may be a little bit of a pain in the butt to get them down. The handles are double riveted into the side wall of the pan. Again, it's nice and sturdy. And oh look, there's that little Ninja logo right there. Yay. The construction of the pans is a little bit different. The side walls are 2-layer. You've got the non-stick layer on the inside, and you've got your stainless steel layer on the outside. Along the bottom, you got the stainless steel induction base, plus you have a layer of aluminum that spans the entire width of the pan. That layer's in there to keep all your heating nice and even. If this had been stainless steel only, you'd be susceptible to a lot of hot spots, and that's no fun. The aluminum layer only runs along the bottom of the pan. So you've got stainless steel, non-stick, and under here you got stainless steel, aluminum, and then non-stick on the inside. So as far as the heat spreading goes, that's not going to run up the side of the pans like you get with a lot of other stainless pans. So if that's something that's really important to you, you're going to have to think about it on these pans because it ain't there. My dogs are snoring super loud. Can you hear it? That never seems to start until I hit the record button. Also, while we're on the subject of stainless steel pans, keep in mind that a true stainless steel pan is usually something like a 5-ply pan. It'll have the stainless layer on the outside, a stainless layer on the inside, and then usually several layers sandwiched in between. The ones that I have 2 layers of aluminum and also a layer of copper. All that stuff helps maintain heat and also spreads that heat out evenly. The fact that these pans have less layers means that that's going to be affected a little bit. That aluminum layer on the bottom is going to help spread the heat along the bottom, but it doesn't do anything for the sides. The byproduct of that means that these pans are going to be a lot lighter than a typical stainless steel pan is. Also, they're going to take a little bit longer to heat up, and they're going to dissipate that heat a little bit more quickly as well. The non-stick coating in these is Ninja's patented NeverStick coating. It's dishwasher safe. The pans are safe in the oven up to 500 degrees. You can use metal utensils on these, but I don't really recommend doing that too much. Also, they're PFOA, cadmium, and lead free. So that's nice to know that your non-stick coating is not going to kill you. Maybe. The single biggest thing about these pans that I notice is the fact that they've got a 10-year warranty on that non-stick surface and on your pans. That's pretty amazing considering that your average non-stick pan doesn't last you longer than maybe a year and a half or so before it starts sticking and flaking and is basically ruined. So that means they're either really confident about these things or they really messed up. To test the pans really well, we did a few things. We seared some chicken breasts on both sides on the stovetop burner, and then we went ahead and threw that into the oven to finish it up at 500 degrees. Yes, I know I'm going to ruin the chicken that way, but this is for science. Anyway, when we took it out of the oven, it had a great sear on it, a lot like a cast iron pan would. And after letting the pan cool down, for the most part, it pretty much wiped clean. Finishing it up in the sink and the scrubbing was a snap. Really, it took almost no effort at all. Another thing that Ninja claims is that you can aggressively scrub these in the sink. I probably still won't use a really abrasive scouring pad or anything like that because I don't want to push my luck. So the fact that you don't really have to baby them is a big plus. My next test was the melted cheese test. So I took several ounces of sharp cheddar cheese and just set them in the pan and let that cook on there under medium-high heat for about 10 minutes. I left it on there until it was nice cooked and a little bit on the burned side just to make sure it would stick on there as much as possible. And once I was satisfied, I went ahead and took it off the heat and let the pan cool down with the cheese in it. Once that cooled down, as you can see here, the cheese almost falls off by itself. It's not sticking to that pan at all. So that was pretty fantastic. Next, we went ahead and fried an egg in the pan since that seems to be something that always sticks. We just went ahead and fried it up over medium with no oil or anything in the pan whatsoever. The only thing we added was a little water at the end just to steam the top of the egg. And when it got done, you can see how little this egg sticks to the pan. It was a tiny little bit around the edges, but once you release those, you can see that the entire egg will just slide around the pan with no effort whatsoever. Hey, by the way, if this is your first time here and you want to learn some cool new recipes, get some great cooking tips and tricks and all sorts of other kitchen related things, then start now by subscribing to the channel and clicking the notification bell so you never miss a thing. As far as the dishwasher test goes, we didn't do that test and there's a reason for it. A couple of weeks ago we did a review on the non-stainless NeverStick pans, and those do have a stainless steel induction plate on the bottom. And when we threw those into the dishwasher, coming back out of the washer, they were pretty severely tarnished. Since the stainless steel induction plates got tarnished so badly, I'm going to make the assumption that these are going to tarnish the same way, and I really didn't want to mess up the bottom of these pans. But that's not really a Ninja thing because stainless steel in general is not going to do well in a dishwasher. Tarnishing like that is pretty common on any stainless steel pan, so really I don't recommend doing that anyway. Just because you can do it doesn't mean you should do it. Also, with the other NeverSticks, we did do a scratch test using some metal utensils and just kind of scratching the surface with them to see what would happen. And that did noticeably scratch the surface of the pan. It didn't mess up the non-stick properties or anything like that, but it did make it a little bit ugly. Here's that pan. It did make it a tiny bit gnarly looking here. I don't think you can really see that on the video unless I hold this just right. But those scratches are there and they're ugly. The NeverStick coating on the stainless pans is exactly the same. So therefore it's going to hold up the exact same way the other pans did. So there's no need for me to really scratch up a pan for no reason because it's going to be the same result. The next thing we'll talk about is the fact that you got 6 pans but only 4 lids. The regular NeverStick set that we reviewed before had 12 pieces. There were 7 pans and 5 lids instead of 6 pans and 4 lids. And the 2 pans that didn't have lids had the same circumference as 2 other pans. That meant that every pan in the set could be covered, albeit you'd have 2 pans that couldn't be covered at the same time the other ones were for obvious reasons. But that was one of the features I really liked, and it showed a lot of forward thinking. With this set, it's a little bit different. With your 10 1/4 inch fry pan and your 3/4 saute pan, this lid here is interchangeable between those two, which is fine and dandy. But the problem occurs when we're talking about your 8 inch fry pan here. You'll see that this lid is too small, And then the lid for the bigger saucepan, well, that's too small also. So the next size up is the one that's on the 6-quart stock pot, and that is too big. So as far as this goes, the 8-inch fry pan doesn't have a lid option at all. That's a little bit weird because the other set does come with an 8-inch pan that's exact same size, and that has a lid that fits right on it, no problem. In fact, if I take the lid from the 8-inch fry pan in the other set and stick it on here, lo and behold, it fits right on there. So what's the deal? Ninja sort of missed an opportunity there for me. They could have sized these pans a little bit differently to account for that. Maybe adjusting the saucepan sizes up a little bit so you'd have one lid here that would fit. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but for me that sort of sucks, especially seeing as how the other set didn't have that problem. Also, I would have preferred larger saucepans. This one is a little bit on the small side. This one is really good, but then you don't have an option for a really big saucepan, which really would have been helpful. The only other critique I have about these pans is that you don't really have a protected ledge right here. If you look at their other set of pans, this upper ledge right around the corner here is a little bit thicker to protect it from bumps and stuff like that so it doesn't get dented or chipped or anything like that. So I decided to mention that to be thorough. So all in all, even though I was a little bit nitpicky, I really do like these pans. The non-stick ability of these pans is unrivaled, especially at the price point they're at. And the 10-year warranty that Ninja Kitchen is offering is pretty unbelievable, especially when you take into consideration the fact that non-stick pans aren't meant to last that long anyway. I like the stainless finish on them very much. In fact, that's why I ordered those in to do the review on. But if you're getting them for the look, just keep in mind that they're not true stainless steel pans. Really, the way you want to treat them is a really pretty non-stick pan, and that's really about it. They'll definitely be more fragile than your average stainless pan. If you'd like some more information about this Ninja Foodi NeverStick set, we do have an Amazon affiliate link to them down in the description of the video. Just to let you know, if you buy anything through those links, we do make a small commission, but it doesn't affect the price that you pay 1 penny. If you'd like to learn a little bit more about Joe's Phenomenal, you can watch a couple more of our videos, or you can check us out online at joesphenomenal.com. I thank you so much for taking a little bit of time out of your busy day to watch this video. It really means a lot to me, and I can't wait to see you back again here really soon. So until that time, I'm Joe, and I hope you have a phenomenal day. Take it easy.